your vagus nerve, and oh, good, now I'm live. And your nervous system, such that, but also I want, how can okay. So my images in front of me are different. On the Tic Tac Paddywhack, I have it as a background, and for Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, you are looking at a slide next to me, and that's the best I can do right now. So listen, y'all. My name's Katie. I had a stroke in 2019, and then I was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer in 2020. I did the totality of that treatment in what I was labeling somatic isolation. I am increasingly accepting that I put myself into solitary confinement. And the only reason for that was the timing with the pandemic. I was diagnosed in April of 2020, and nobody knew what COVID was. But I did know that I wasn't going to have an immune system. And so it was actually safer for me to be by myself. Anybody who knows me, including myself, was not concerned about my survival during treatment because I have skills, lots of skills, but also I felt that I could be more relaxed into just kind of letting the process occur if I wasn't also concerned with contracting a deadly virus in my own home. I had a nurse coming to the house and therapy and all of that. So 2019 stroke, 2020 cancer, 2022, Katie gets a long COVID diagnosis, because we can't just have 2 things happen. No, it has to be 3. Anyway, I went into the solitary confinement of my cancer experience going, well, if I do survive, I wonder what I'm going to have to say. I wonder if there's going to be anything that comes out of it, anything I learn. What I learned is everything I have been taught about nervous system regulation is a recipe for death. Literal. So the image that has the vagus nerve with the humans in it is Katie's variation of intervention models. And also the ladder is a very common metaphor used in polyvagal theory, that once we're at the top of the ladder, we're all doing great. And the reason I'm saying anything I learned would lead to death is I've trained with Bessel van der Kolk, Peter Levine, Stephen Porges, and all the people that you and I read who are telling us that we should regulate our nervous system. The first thing I learned was none of them changed their fucking science, y'all. So we're hit with this planetary comet. Like I don't know if you remember, but the whole planet had to stop and go like, holy shit. So all PTSD rhetoric and science is based on it's something happening in the past. There's no past. The current event is a plague, a planetary plague. And I genuinely was shocked when Bessel van der Kolk especially did absolutely nothing to his science, none. In fact, they all just hit the gas and started selling more trainings on how to regulate your nervous system. Y'all, if you're in the middle of a typhoon, if there's an actual storm, you cannot just become the eye of the storm. You need to get through the storm. And what got me through the storm is the resonant model of Chinese medicine and my background in information architecture, semiotics, and like all this shit. So what came out of it is neuroaffective somatics, which is my word for I have a system for that. So like most of the autistic humans, there's a system. And so I wrote Neuroaffective Somatics to like memorialize it What you're seeing in the phone, if you're watching me on TikTok, is not the way this information is put on a page. I just resized it for TikTok. So this book is about 250 pages of nervous system information, brain information, fascia information, Chinese medicine information, somatic practices, and like anything you would need. And I just put it into a library, a digital library that includes a 5-part nervous system regulation or resonance crash course. And so today I'm going to practice being Vanna White. That's pretty much what's happening. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you for sharing. So let's take a look at what the fuck Katie's talking about. I think I need to first tell Tic Tac Paddywhack that I am indeed discussing me. Okay, Tic Tac says yes. Continue. And I was thinking about going through it page by page, but I think I want to do it interest by interest. Context is key is the next slide I wanted to look at. When you and I hear words like yin and yang, or is this it? No. When you and I hear words like yin and yang, we are often also brought into that's weird, hold on. Often it turns into language like masculine and feminine, and historically, or even worse, male and female. And I'm saying even worse because China did not have third-person pronouns. China did not have he or she pronouns when the genesis of Taoism occurs. So I just put what is this word? Example up of temperature during the summer. I live in Fahrenheit lands. In New England, if it is 65 in the summer, that is cold. If it's 85, that is warm. At the South Pole, I'm just showing you other things. So it's relative. It's relative to the context. And for China, for the cosmology of this, the context is, where is the body? Like, where are you and I in space-time? And that means nothing is yin or yang on its own, ever. Never, ever, ever. That's one of the main signifiers in the yin and yang symbol that is here. Jesus, here we go. Oh, decoding the symbol. I'm in front of it, so sorry. So yin and yang are relative. You could think of them like 8. Well, here we go. Like if this was a clock, I don't think I'm smart enough to do this